What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar. Did you hear the bell? That means another day in the market watch. Without further ado, let's get into the video and talk about it. So, first off, the card we're going to talk about is probably one of the only real extreme chase cards that has come out in a long time. Well, besides the other golden cards and everything like that, but Digimon across time box promo, hard card to pull, definitely a very hard hit. We're looking like $320 very easily. So that tells us this is a very hard card to pull. And I mean, some people have opened roughly a grand total of 3 to 4 cases and didn't pull a single one of these things. This card is an extremely hard chase card. So if you pull it, luckily you hit bank. So let's see on the Europe market though, looking like 150 euros on the low end, but then you have like it jumps up pretty quickly after these, but we'll see if that actually holds up on the Europe side. Then we have Shoutmon ×7 Superior Mode Alternate Art Gold. So remember when this thing was selling for like $300 a pop? Well, it looks like people are paying more close to the 190 range now, which isn't terrible. I mean, the card is good. It's a fantastic deck, but you have to take into account that players are moving off of Crossheart. It looks like they moved over to Hunters or other decks this format because they don't feel confident in this deck being tier 1. Digimon can high roll the daylights out of this, but any deck can OTK when they can. So it's one of those weird situations that definitely plays into its contribution factor of why a card might be expensive or not. And it's not like it's a full playset kind of card. It is a 1 to maybe 2 of situation. Looking like 200 euros to 300 euros. Not terrible. They're kind of still stick in the range we had. Then Digimon starter deck, alternate art. So another card that is a chase card similar to the Omnimon, and it is a very hard pull, is this $300 card. People are picking it up in that 300 range because they want to be able to max out their deck. It is a 2 of in most lists. There's not many options. You will actually play this at 3. Then on the Europe side, looking like in the same value range, 250 euros to, actually they're a lot cheaper than us, to be honest with you. They're at least 100 euros, aka $100 cheaper than us. Then let's take a look at a Judge promo cards that have been trickling in. Legendary Arms Alliance. Nobody's have bought it. There are $15 listed, so it's not terrible. I think on the Europe side, it's a lot cheaper. Yeah, you're looking like 7 euros to 6 euros and 50 cents. Not terrible. I mean, the card is not, let's be honest, who's playing Raggy Boy this format? If you are, I give you props. Really good. But the downside is in official events, sometimes it's not even worth it. Then we have Pride Memory Boost Judge Pack 3 Next Adventure. $25 a pop. I would not pick that up for that price. Europe side, though, looking like 8 euros to 12 euros. Not terrible. I think that's actually pretty decently fair. It's kind of in the price range of its pre-release stamp. But if you have the pre-release stamp versus Judge, that is up to you which one you value more. Judges are kind of like hit or miss with a lot of players. Some players don't buy into Judge promos. Some players do. Then we have War Greymon Alternate Art Across Time, Bt-12. Shooting up, boys and girls. A lot of hype behind this. And to be honest with you, until we see a lot of events results, major events, by the way, not these small events, this card is probably saturated in buyouts. Right now, I think it's overly hyped. The deck is good, don't get me wrong, but from where it used to stand, it definitely struggles a little bit. Some decks can just high roll it out, and especially Digimon, if well timed in every situation. Yes, you have protections and you can stop a little bit of their deletion, but if they can go 3 pops on you, you're kind of struggling because your stack is gone at that point. And that's just really what it comes down to sometimes. And that's the major payoff there, is that, yes, we want that Greymon X antibody, the new one, to be in the deck, but it doesn't give us all the protection in the world. We need to give up 3 to 4 pops, and then you're kind of just in a bad spot because you gave up everything to keep your body on board. So stuff like that is very important. Europe side, looking in the same value range. They are at least 10 euros cheaper, about 10 bucks cheaper than us. They're in the 30 range, kind of 31 euro range, kind of comfortably there. Not terrible. I think that's not bad. Then we have Tai Kamiya. So alternate art cross time. It went down a little bit, bumping up and back up again. This card is going to fluctuate hardcore. It is a 3 of in most lists. If you play 4, that's more risky in my opinion, compared to not. But hey, that's you. I think Tai is a really solid card. Its design was really well given for what it needed to do. So Tai's starter main phase on play, one of your Digimon with Agumon or Greymon its name gets plus 1000 DP and gains blocker until the end of turn. And then the fact of basically gives you that blocker and 1000 DP, makes your Digimon more of a threat. And then one of your Digimon digivolves into a Greymon or Omni in its name. By spending this tamer, gain 1 memory. So that is how that goes. Then on the Europe side, looking in the same price range actually, not terrible. They're kind of hitting to 30s quite easily, but I remember that we're also waiting on product. It's like trickling in. You have a few other European side countries or however you would say it, is that they are still waiting on their product to arrive, and that does affect the market. Beelzemon X antibody, this is a definitely one to talk about here. So a lot of these formats are of this kind of situation. What do I mean by this? I mean that they are designed as a super set. Compared to the other sets that we had in a little bit, secrets were selling the set, so supers weren't really affecting much, so they weren't causing mass fluctuations, as they would say. But with Beelzemon X antibody across time, it proves that this is a very super heavy set. They're reaching up to $25 at one point, now dipping down again. So that is something to really look at. Starting off at 20 and now into the $8.81 range, kind of $9 range is not terrible. That's actually pretty solid for a card like this. And then on Europe side, there are 10 euros to 13 euros. So expect this set to be definitely a super heavy set. And that's just how that goes. Then we have Quartzmon across time Bt-12. You're looking at $6, spiking up. So Quartzmon is one of those boss Digimons that we weren't really expecting to be a really powerhouse. And yet Quartzmon has proven itself left and right that this is a threat to deal with. If you do not have a way of de-digivolving this Digimon off, you're in trouble. I think that's a huge detriment to everything you want to do. I think it's important to know what you're facing, how you face against it. Everything like that does add up eventually. Then on the Europe side, we're looking like 6 euros to 7 euro range. The card is good. I'm not even saying that. For giving it to the 3 colors that usually need it the most, white, black, and green, this card is just a powerhouse. Emperor Greymon across time, another super that's selling the set. $6. Man, oh man. This card was at $3 at one point. People haven't been comfortably buying in the $6 range. So that definitely proves a point. Emperor Greymon is one of the stronger decks of the format. Europe side, not bad. 9 euros to 7 euro range. Not terrible. Shoutmon Time 7 Superior Mode across time. This is the secret of the set, boys and girls. One of the only real trash secrets. So, but here's the thing. Comes down to Ultimate Cups. This deck is basically banned. Hunters is even banned in that set. The only deck that's really going to be overly representative is Bloom Lord. But even that got hit with the Hydramon. Which is very important to take into account. But Superior Mode, again, a $7 secret. I mentioned this before. people have called me crazy that this was going to reach into the $9 range on release. And now it looks like a $7 card. It has gone down even further than my projected value. So definitely wasn't worth the pickups. Definitely, if you made decent trades over the weekend for this card, you definitely made your value with. But outside of that, it was not making that money. Europe side, looking like €9 to 10 euro kind of range. Not terrible. Plenty of stock on it. It's just a very easy pull secret. Digimon from Ultimate Cup. So Digimon is dropping down a bit. That's just because there has been enough fluctuation and nobody's actually playing this card, sadly. Then Digimon on the Europe side, 7 to 10 euros. Nobody's really playing the card. That's the answer to that one. Then we have a Restaurant Superior mode. Card is spiking up, but has started coming down a little bit. So things to take into account of this is that this card is expensive, yes, but should come down. This card, the deck does need a lot of well-timed draw. What do I mean like that? If you don't see all your draw inheritables at the right time, you're not going to keep pace. You're going to be struggling. If you see everything but the draw inheritables, you're going to struggle hard. And that's important to take into account when deck building like a deck like this. It is very much gambling high roll on that draw value. So 10 euros to 11 euros, not terrible. Then we have Metal Groomon promo winner pack. So this is starting at $24, $25. A lot of players will probably want to get their hands on this, but give it time, it will drop down. Nothing on the Europe side. Grand Kuwagamon, same thing. This is not foiled, so keep that in mind. It is a non-foil card, but it's $22. Europe side, 15 euros. Not terrible. Burning Greymon across time pre-release card, dipping down to $15. Expect this to keep coming down a little bit until Ultimate Cup season comes a little more closer, and then once this deck starts topping that, and then maybe tops in a regional, you're going to see this card spike. Europe side dipping down to 12 euros to 15 euros. They're kind of in our range, but they have a low quantity stock. Monimon taking after its Pikmon predecessor. So definitely seeing a spike here into the Monimon, Pikmon range. So Monimon is going to be expensive. I wouldn't be surprised if we get alternate arts like Pikmon for the Monimon. That's just how that goes. Then on the Europe side, dipping down to 8 to 13 euro range. Not terrible. 9 euros is not bad. Koromon from BT5 Premier OTS events. Kind of still holding strong in this 100 range. Just people are buying it. There's going to be less and less near mints as time goes on. Just how that goes. On the Europe side, spiking up to 70 euros. Wow, they're kind of in the 80 euro range, actually, to 100 euro range as they're comfortable spots. That's not terrible, but kind of still expensive. Definitely feel bad for anybody that didn't get these when they were 50. Death X alternate art dipping down, proving that Death X is starting to phase out of the format. And I don't like that Ultimate Cup yet again took Death X out, where it kind of needed to be in for keeping Bloom Hydro Quartz in check so that purple and black decks could use this card. Again, you're restricting it a little bit too much in my opinion, but that's just me. I think this would have been a fine card for the event. Europe side, 60 euros to 85 euros for its alternate art. Rena definitely falling down pretty quickly. So just keep an eye on Rena. There are just EX4 definitely changes up the deck, giving it its answer that it needs, especially with the armor that makes it so that Quartzmon becomes a lot more manageable, in my opinion. But that's just me to let you know that you should keep that in mind, that the Golden Boy definitely helps out. Then on the Europe side, we're looking at 40 euros to 50 euro range. Not terrible. Then we have Offensive Plugin A Event Pack 4. Looking like $25 and holding strong in that range. Give it some time. People will start getting all their cards. And as more and more regionals and ulti cups happen, the more and more of these come in. On the Europe side, looking like 10 euros to 12 euro range. Not terrible. And then that's about it for the Market Watch, boys and girls. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Did I miss any cards that would have been important to cover that we can cover for Friday? Let me know down in the comments. So, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace!